So I could probably just open up with the Coors thing. Austin, do you know what that is? Like what I'm talking about?
No.
So Coors Light can't have a Super Bowl commercial because of contracts. I think it's with Bud Light that the NFL has. So they released this thing where you go to like their website or whatever and it like tells more about it. But supposedly you, as you're going to bed, you watch this like video or like a set of videos and listen to this audio whilst sleeping, and you supposedly dream about Coors Light, and the commercial is whatever dream you're having. Like the ad, they like subliminally do some shit to where you have the ad in your dreams.
But they're doing that during the Super Bowl?
And no, they're just doing that. They're saying instead of, having a commercial, we're going to do one better. We're going to incept you to think about Coors Light.
I just don't understand how that works.
I think if they're doing like a sleep study or something where people go in and sleep and they do these tests and like they're like, we've got it down. Like you dream about Coors Light. So go to this website and then you can do it in your own house. So I think once they release this thing or whatever to do, I'm gonna try it out. Firsthand experience.
Why would you purposefully just make your entire sleep Coors Light commercials?
I don't know if it's like that. I don't think it's like just a reel of like minute-long
8 hours of just
think,
Coors Light.
I just think you have some dream. I don't know. So I want to check it out because I mean that's next level marketing. I mean I have to experience that. So
yeah, I mean once they got you in your dreams, then they got you.
Yeah, they're probably gonna ask for my like important information like Inception. And they're like, now we can make it so the only beer that Jake can buy is Coors Light. But it's interesting. We'll see.
Are you drinking a Coors Light right now out of that solo cup?
No, I'm drinking some filtered Rocky Mountain water.
Delicious. Hunter, what are you doing?
I'm writing my list.
Why you have your phone so close to the camera?
What do you mean?
I am phone now. You will refer to me as Hunter iPhone 12.
What episode is this? 35, 36?
36?
36?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 36.
The Jerome Bettis episode?
Well, you heard it here first. Welcome to episode 36 of Bro Football Focus, the Jerome Bettis episode. I'm Hunter. Never thought we'd get into it that quick, did you? With me, as always...
Unless we talk about stuff that's so racy that we just cut straight to the hello.
With me, as always, except for those one time, are Jake and Austin.
Howdy.
And we're here to talk about football, so welcomes.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Stoked.
I think this episode is going to have the same level of entertainment as this weekend of football did.
Wow, yeah. That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of a condensed episode, I would imagine, because there's only one game left, being the big game, but we can talk about the 2 games prior. I know one of them.
I will say we did get exclusive rights from the NFL to say Super Bowl. They just emailed me.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we're all good.
I'm glad. Now we just have to get a hold of the NFLPA to see if we can use player likeness.
I'm pretty sure we can.
Oh, very cool, very cool. We live in pretty sures here on the
exactly.
But so Jake, do you want to talk about your fun little thing first, or should we just hop right into the games?
My fun little thing.
You were just telling us about it?
Yeah, that was that was it.
Oh,
that was the opening.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so I guess
I'm
Coors
like
is
3
making
levels ahead of Hunter here.
Yeah.
I'm
dream
playing mental
about
chess.
Coors.
Well, Hunter's
Coors on the
busy on
Switch.
his phone. He's not even paying
Mhm.
attention.
I was trying to make a good list for the fans, which I think is going to be a good game this week. But
Hunter was playing Plants vs Zombies.
I wasn't. I was playing Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
Oh, my
Doing
apologies.
Candy Crush, Fruit Ninja.
I don't play Candy Crush or Fruit Ninja, okay? It's not 2008. But any of you guys have any GameStop stock or anything?
I did earlier today. I made a $200 profit.
Oh, yeah?
Nice. I did not.
I bought that naked at like 46 cents at like 4 o'clock today, and I think it's at like $3 right now. So we're gonna see what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, I bought like 8 of those at like $1.20 or something like that.
Yeah, I just think it's pretty cool that internet grifters and shitheads are like toppling the economy right now.
Yeah, they froze the market, dude. The bigwigs did on Wall Street. They're pissed.
Yeah, I think that's a little effed up. It's weird
Yeah,
that
I think that's unfair.
it's weird that when the little guys do it, it's a criminal act, but when the big guys do it, it's just called banking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just.
but either way,
it's just work for them.
yeah, not a finance podcast. This is a football podcast. So we'll talk about the first game last week, which was the Buccaneers versus the Packers. It was pretty fun. Did both of you guys watch this one?
Oh yeah.
I did, and my dad, being a Packers fan, anytime like something happened, he'd say, "Oh," or "Wow." He'd shoot me those texts. But prior to the game, he said, "It's funny because I'm getting the nerves like I used to get before you guys would play your football games. I'm getting that now." And I was like, "Oh, it's like Aaron Rodgers. You feel like he is your son." And he's like, "Well, that would make him your brother." And I'm like, "Yes, it would." So Aaron Rodgers is now our brother.
But yeah, I mean, overall, pretty tight game. Ended Bucks 31, Packers 26. I think it was pretty close for the most part. End of the game, Tom Brady started to turn into a little piece of shit. But then everything we said last week on the show started to come into fruition. Every defensive player that we were naming, that we were bullet pointing, they all made big plays, especially Devin White.
Yeah, Devin White honestly looks like Patrick Willis in his prime right now.
Yeah.
And he's playing out of his mind. And I had a good feeling that he'd be able to shut down Aaron Jones. Well, just that whole Buccaneers defense in general is really good against the run.
Yeah, and I think that it was overshadowed by the Tom Brady thing, because as soon as the game was over, and I mean, obviously it's very impressive to go to 10 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But that's like pretty much all they talked about directly after the game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until people were like, "Hey, a large part of that was the defense playing out of their fucking mind."
I mean, yeah.
Huge part.
That's a loaded squad, and you're gonna hear mostly about Tom Brady just because of
what I think is interesting is that Tom Brady ends up with like 3 picks, and the narrative is that Tom Brady's the GOAT and he's going back to the Super Bowl. But if you look at the other game on the schedule, Josh Allen throws 2 picks?
I can't even remember.
Well, whatever he did, I know him and Tom Brady's stats are comparable, and his are better than Tom Brady's. But of course, that game, it's all Josh Allen's fault, which I don't necessarily agree with.
I feel like Tom Brady started that game off really strong, and I feel like 2 of his interceptions were maybe not his fault. Like the one was on Mike Evans' hands. The ball was a little high, but I feel like Mike Evans could have caught it. But that one interception he had on the right sideline was just, I don't know what the hell happened there. It must have been a miscommunication, because Tom Brady doesn't really throw picks like that all that much. But yeah, that game, oh man, yeah, he started off so strong, and then Aaron Rodgers just kind of kept him in the game. But once the game ended, and I saw the look on Aaron Rodgers' face, that's when
I mean, like, they
started
fucked up.
The nervous jitters for the Bills game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
before we get, what are you saying, Jake?
Well, I was gonna say, like, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd be totally fucking pissed, because like the Packers need to score and need to get the field goal. And on fourth down, instead of going for it,
You got to
get the
trust
fucking touchdown while you're there. You know what
gotta
they say?
trust the analytics.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. It's the most classic sport.
But
like you have this year's MVP. Score the fucking touchdown. Like it's the Super Bowl. Potentially. Very well potentially. And it's not a stretch of the imagination by any means. But
I know you're not talking about slot boy.
Just fucking score. Just score. Like if it's the Super Bowl, you have to do everything you possibly can.
Yeah.
True.
And that's a risk you have to take. And it's not like it was 4th and fucking 26. Like it was close. Just fucking do it.
I agree with that, Jake. But when you have Carlton Davis locking down the best wide receiver in the NFL all game, it might get into people's heads.
Yeah. See, Dave.
But you know what else gets in your head when your coach says field goal and let's hopefully get the ball back. And everyone's like, well,
yeah,
we're done.
I mean, as the old adage goes, when there's a boxing championship fight going on for the title, you don't win by decision. You got to win by knockout. So when you're playing Tom fucking Brady, you're not going to win with field goals. And it's the same thing with the Bills. Like you see this in the playoffs, like the teams that go ahead have some balls in, like, just really, sauce up your opponent. Like, you can't just be playing conservative football like you're playing the fucking Jets in the regular season game where you can kick a field goal, make a stop, get the ball back, kick a field goal, make a stop. Like, you're not going to stop Tom Brady in the playoffs every single time. You're not going to stop Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Like, they're going to high percentage.
And I don't think you lose in regards to like the fans, or really, I don't think anybody can actually critique you like as a coaching staff if you go for it. Because if you get the touchdown or get the first down, you did it. If you don't, they can say, well, he put it all out there.
Yeah.
Or you go for the field goal and then it's like, well, you settled.
So real quick, speaking of fights, did you guys watch the Conor McGregor fight?
I did.
I watched the replay.
My opinion on that is that Conor McGregor got Ronda Rousey'd and that we're probably not going to hear from him for a little bit.
No, I feel like he's been Ronda Rousey'd for a while now.
I don't think so, because this was like he may have gotten beaten in the past. Like Khabib beat him, but like that was still a fight.
Khabib, that was not a fight. Khabib took him to the ground and beat the hell out of him and was like, "Oh, talk now." Like,
I know, but how many rounds did that go?
Khabib could have ended it whenever he wanted to. He was just beating the shit out of him, and then he rolled him over and choked him out.
But he didn't.
No, he did. Like, he literally was like,
he
talk
did
now,
that, but
talk now. Rolled him over and choked him when he wanted to.
Sure it went more than 2 rounds. I'm just saying this. Like, I was watching it in the beginning. I was like, oh, this doesn't look like a fair fight. Conor looks like he's got it. And then second round, just boom, 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 done. Ronda Rousey, he's done. He's going to be in the next Fast and the Furious movie. You watch.
I mean, he's got a personality for movies. So
yeah, but
I do think they have contract for one more.
Yeah, but speaking about falls from graces, Austin, do you want to kind of recap the Bills game a little bit?
But before the recap, can you just obviously you're disappointed, but you can't be too disappointed, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was devastating to see the difference of skill level between the Chiefs and the Bills. But like at the end of the day, the Chiefs are probably the best football team ever assembled. Like, I don't think any fucking team could beat this team consistently in history. Like, not the 2007 Patriots.
I mean,
not the undefeated Dolphins. I don't think
last week you told us if there was any team to do it, if it was the Bills, right?
I said before when the Bills played the Ravens probably had the best defense. But
yeah, I had said if it was the Bills.
because they had so many corners. But then I was thinking that the Bills' defensive coaching staff, who coached under Andy Reid, might have an advantage because they know Andy Reid. But at the end of the day, Andy Reid probably knows them, and he has 52 playbooks from every single year going back to way back in the day. He has like more coaching experience in the NFL than probably half the coaches in the league entire lifetime.
Let me give you my perspective on this game. So I'm in a sports bar, or not even a sports bar. I'm in a barbecue joint in Buffalo. Okay. Right down the street from the watch party that's happening outside. Game comes on. First thing I see, first time I'm paying attention to the game, Tyreek Hill evades some double coverage. He's not wide open, but Tyreek Hill, he's wide open.
Yeah.
Hands are out. Ball goes right through his hands. Right there. I'm like, okay, here we go. All over. Next thing that happens, McCole Hardman fumbles the punt back into the end zone.
Yeah.
So right there, I'm like, okay, well, it's the Bills. It's in the script. And then our faithful listeners will know for a few weeks now, I've been saying that I think the meteoric rise of Josh Allen has been because he hasn't been playing with a lot of crowd noise. And all I'll say is the 2 games this year where he's had the most crowd noise, he seemed to have struggled a bit. I saw Stephon Diggs pretty wide open for some first downs, where at any other point in the season, Josh Allen just would have hit him right in the breadbasket. This game, they're going over his head. Stephon Diggs can't do it. The cannon was a little off.
I don't know if it's necessarily crowd noise, but I will say he definitely gets nervous for big games. Like when I went to the Houston playoff game last year, you can watch the highlights of that game and just see he was making like erratic plays. Like I feel like he tries to be like Superman and like just completely take over the offense and make all these like crazy plays to score every time, but it just ends up, you can't do that in the NFL. You can't overextend, but you can see it in his eyes when they zoom in. He gets nervous.
Yeah. And
I expect that though, because he went to a small school. It's not like Patrick Mahomes went to Texas Tech and was playing in bowl games and like shootouts with Baker Mayfield. Like Josh Allen went to Wyoming and was like a 1-star, 2-star quarterback prospect who had never even had a D1 offer. So It's like he's going to take some time before he can settle into those big moments. And it's been like 2 years he's been in the playoffs. I think this is a good experience for him. Maybe he won't be so nervous next time around, but he did look nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like one knock on Josh Allen is that it kind of seems like he wants to win the game like every single play.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that. Like you got to work your way down the field.
Yeah.
You got to run it a little bit because like you can only rely on like your deep bombs so much before like they're just going to figure it out. And if they can get pressure on you, like it's over. So you can't try and win the game every single play.
Yeah. There was a lot of plays where I saw Cole Beasley like wide open short and he's looking for the big shot and Diggs is double covered or something. But
Cole Beasley, who is playing on a broken fibula.
Yeah. Which is some fucking Greg Jennings Madden bullshit, like playing with a broken leg. And he's so tough, dude. He made that one catch and he trucked someone over for a first down for being such a tiny guy with a broken fibula, dude.
So I think we've all seen it. There's a picture taken of Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen hugging at the end of the game.
Oh, Jesus.
It was probably because they're just real close friends, but I just want to put it out there on the record. Watch Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen through the years. I want to see if this develops into anything a little more than just friendship, because I think
like a romantic relationship.
Jake, I'm not going to lie to you. I think it might already be a romantic relationship, but I don't want to slander anybody. Not that there would be anything wrong if they were.
Whoa! So you're saying a male-on-male romantic relationship is automatically slander, Hunter?
No.
Can I see you work your way out of that one?
I'm saying slander in the sense that saying somebody's in a relationship that they're not, or just
I
spreading a
see.
falsehood about somebody.
I see.
But
That was a nice
I
way to
do-
work out of that.
I do kind of think there might be some funny business going on there. And if there is, that's totally cool. I'm 100%, I support it. I think that's awesome. But just watch out for it.
You know how much the NFL would lap that up?
Yeah,
Two
the goal.
openly gay superstar players. Like,
Yeah. In
like
hard-nosed city, and you know the city would support them because they love them. It's honestly the perfect way to bring homosexuality into the NFL.
watch Buffalo becomes like a huge like metro, like very, very like openly like San Francisco openly gay. Like it's just completely flip flops.
Now,
Listen, guys, I think I'm all for the gay marriage and whatnot. But I think you're taking it a little too far, because if you watch the video, he hugs Stephon Diggs. I think that's his best bro, obviously.
Yeah.
And then
most
he goes
definitely.
on and he hugs the Hosses. And then he hugs Cole Beasley. And he hugs
all I know is that
Everybody's in a romantic relationship with each other.
that picture they're holding a little tight. Jake, I just sent you a video, and you can feel free to put that
Via what? Twitter?
via text. And I
Whoa.
want you to watch that real quick. Tell me what you think. And you can feel
All
free to
right.
overlay that while you're watching it so the audience can see it or what. But this happened a little earlier in the season, and now that I have this theory, just kind of the pieces are coming together.
But
Interesting.
other than your conspiracy theories,
Well, wait. Let Jake watch the video.
Oh, I mean, it hasn't even sent yet. I'll watch it and then I'll pop in with my.
You haven't gotten the
No,
text.
I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't get it. But yeah. So I'll watch it. I'll do a slippery.
Says
I think the Bills are gonna be like, and not even just as good. I think they're gonna be better next year. Yeah, I really do.
I think they'll draft a running back and they'll be just fine. Yeah, I think that depending on what the Dolphins do and how they feel about Tua, I think the Bills have a shot at least the division title for like the next 4 years, pretty clearly.
I just think they need to have some kind of answer for Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. I don't know if it's just their defensive scheme was horrible, because I don't understand why they're running zone the entire game when Patrick Mahomes just absolutely feasts on zone.
The whole NFL needs an answer for Mahomes, Kelce, and Hill.
I mean, it's true. That Kelce is a Hall of Famer. Like, he's got to be one of the best tight ends I've ever seen. Tyreek Hill is the fastest person I've ever seen on a football field.
Insane, dude.
It literally looks like a cat escaped on the field and they're trying to chase him. And it's not even a human. Like, these guys, if you look up most NFL players, they have like track records at their high schools. And Tyreek Hill, amongst all those people, is significantly faster than them. Just makes them look stupid. Like, he caught this one little, like, just like a little curl on the outside, and 3 people were trying to tackle him, and he was like jumping around, and they couldn't. If it was flag football, like, you would never get a hand on the guy. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, he jukes like 3 times before anybody like knows what direction he's going.
Before you can even like move your leg, he's already moved his entire body several times. It's like he's disappearing and reappearing.
But I do think the Bills will be good for a long time, so they'll probably be back. And I think maturity is only going to help Josh Allen.
And another thing I thought was cool was after the McCole Hardman had that fumble, Andy Reid like gave him the touchdown pass, like designed a screen pass for him to get some confidence, and then is like, oh, end around to McCole Hardman. The Hosses are out in front. Like, not only do they have all these weapons, but their Hosses are pretty good.
Well, the Hosses, now they have all backup Hosses.
Which they're probably still good, because their backup came in and it's fucking Stefan Wisniewski, who used to be a Pro Bowler and he's pretty good. So it's like they're pretty deep all around. I don't know. I really.
Then you have the little underhand pitches and the fancy little novelty bullshit.
Yeah, and
that
then
they do.
L'Jarius Sneed is a stuff. He really is. They blitz him off the edge, and he's getting sacks, and he's locked down man coverage. All their corners have good coverage. Then Chris Jones is so much bigger and stronger than everyone. I mean, he had some questionable plays where he's punching people in the face, but in in the actual game time where the ball is snapped, he's just hossing people around and getting constant pressure.
Well, when you have a lap hog like he does,
Yeah.
you know.
But a lot of guys in the NFL are 6'6" and whatever he's listed, like 320, 330, but he just looks bigger than everybody.
Yeah, and he looks mean and nasty.
And then Tyrann Mathieu is a stud.
I think best safety in the league.
Right now, like the way he's playing, I can't think of anyone better than him, except for maybe Budda Baker.
I don't think Budda Baker's better. Like Tyrann Mathieu's almost doing like Patrick Mahomes of the defense type stuff, where like if they need a play, he's just there and he makes it happen.
Yeah. Man, he's special. It's just, and then Frank Clark is good too. He's a really good pass rusher. It's like they get you behind by so much, and then you have to start throwing the ball, and they can just pin their ear back and send Chris Jones and Frank Clark at you, and then you got to throw against Tyrann Mathieu in the secondary. That's pretty good, and you're not going to have a good chance.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep leaving it. Echo's ripping some ass, and I keep thinking he's taking shits on the floor.
I mean,
he's not. He's just kicking it.
Stale dookie on the floor.
Oh, that's Echo's special move. Is just drop a dookie on the floor.
Gross. We should definitely talk about the Super Bowl. I don't know if we should give like scores or anything because I don't know what we would do next week.
Oh yeah, we can just
so the Super Bowl is the next game in the schedule.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive, that it's happening.
February 7th.
There was a point in our lives when everybody and their mother was like, well, baseball can't do it, and basketball is in a bubble. You can't do NFL's in a bubble.
Yeah.
There ain't going to be no season. So
the Matt Noira's
we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
And by we, I do mean us three made the Super Bowl happen.
Yeah. Without BFF
the whole time.
But interesting that it will be the first time a Super Bowl is played with home field advantage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that is going to delegitimize a Bucks close win?
No, absolutely not. Because that's like an advantage that they earned.
Fair enough.
Like, I think it was Adam Schefter or somebody tweeted out a picture of it was from inside of the Bucks training field, and it's just an open facility. And like across the way, you can see Raymond James Stadium, and they have like all the Super Bowl banners and up. So like all week when the Bucks were practicing, they were just looking at Super Bowl banners. So that's just that extra like mental thing that they had.
Yeah.
They were actually like physically looking forward to something.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like northeast or east, but still looking at it.
I would like to go back and see what our Super Bowl predictions were early in the year, because I feel like it had to have been Chiefs Buccaneers. Like, this is what everyone thought it would be.
I said Bucks Browns.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wanted to say Bucks Browns.
Yeah, well, that's ridiculous. And then, but I always had a feeling that once I heard that the Super Bowl was going to be in Tampa Bay and Tom Brady's going to the Buccaneers,
it's in the script.
Like, it is in the script almost, but
how could it not be?
One of the crazier things about the game, like we were talking about, is going to be the Chiefs O-line is going to be pretty banged up, because Eric Fisher, turns out he tore his Achilles against the Bills. And that's their probably best lineman besides Mitch Schwartz, which he's also out. He's been out since November with a back injury or something. They don't know if he'll play either. So it's like your two bookend tackles are out. And then you got to go against JPP, Sue, Shaq Barrett, and Vita Vea. And
And Devin White's going to be blitzing in there.
Yeah, Devin White's gonna be blitzing. Levante David. It's a pretty good. They
Yeah,
have a good defense to.
quite a game for the Hosses, especially
Yeah.
defensive Hosses.
Yeah. So, yeah, I
Dominican
mean,
Sue and Chris Jones playing in the same game. Two legendary big nasties.
Big nasty finalists.
you want to talk about legends against each other. You have like the best quarterback of all time, the GOAT, versus like the GOAT in waiting.
Now, I will say, talking to fan favorite Bull earlier in the week, he said that he specifically did not want Chiefs Bucks. He said he might not even watch it if it's Chiefs Bucks
Oh my god.
because of how much GOAT and baby GOAT, old legend, new legend, old bull showing the young bull. He's like, all the sports networks, they're gonna just nonstop talk about how it's old and young and GOAT and new GOAT and who's the GOATy GOAT. And he's like, and it's just gonna be a bunch of fake bullshit. And I was like, fair enough. It's like, everybody's gonna talk about that. Before the game was even over, when they're running the clock out, exactly to a T, they're like, you have the GOAT and the new kid in town. And wow, this is gonna be a great Super Bowl. And I was
yeah,
like,
I mean,
I can just feel my brother just screaming at the TV right now, like, fuck you, I hate you.
Hey, football isn't so much about what happens between the numbers.
Yeah.
It's the storylines.
It's the
Yeah,
name.
no, totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's definitely cool for sure.
Do you think they're not gonna say that? Like, of course they are. What do you want them to talk about?
Absolutely.
If you, like you guys said, at the beginning of the season, everybody thought this might be what the Super Bowl is. You couldn't ask for a better matchup between quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, for real. This is
no matter
probably going to be the best game.
Yes, unless it's a shitter. But no matter who wins or what, it should be a good game. Unless beforehand, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, somehow something happens to both of them, and Blaine Gabbert and Chad Henne have to play.
Oh,
whoa.
That would be bad, and it would make me upset if
that might
Blaine
even be
Gabbert,
more electric.
Now, what are you saying, like a COVID type thing? Because I feel like they would just delay the Super Bowl till they got healthy.
I definitely think they would too, because
I think they would just play and not say anything.
Jake, I mean, they're getting tested, so probably not.
But the season's over.
Yeah.
What would be the point to delay anything?
Anymore.
Because you could spread it to other people on the team.
Yeah, but no one's losing money anymore. Like, let them get it. Who cares? Like, in the NFL's mind, like,
it's
all we have to do is.
That's why they stopped in the first place.
NFL doesn't care.
Is that why they stopped? Yeah.
They hid CTE for years. They don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, okay,
it's
so
about that money. And you can't have people being like, oh, NFL doesn't care. They're still playing through COVID. And then, like, all the SJWs be like,
Jaguars,
you can't play. And then losing money.
Jaguars' third string running back in preseason this year in training camp, he got COVID, Raquel Armstead. And he didn't play all season because all season he was battling COVID complications. So even these, big athletes and whatnot, it just hits people different. Tom Brady's 45 or whatever. He could die immediately.
Tom Brady,
but he doesn't eat fruit.
So good. He'd probably bounce right off of him.
Who do you think made the virus, Hunter? Tom Brady.
Tom Brady made it.
I don't know. But either way, if I do want the Buccaneers and Tom Brady to win, but I'm going to be upset if Blaine Gabbert gets a Super Bowl ring before the Jaguars as an organization do.
Yeah, it'd be a damn shame. And he'd be flexing it after that Instagram post he put up the other day.
Yeah. Didn't even say anything clever.
What did he say? Like, you got like just a couple gangsters or something?
Something like that.
Jake, it's a picture of Blaine Gabbert, who is this trash backup quarterback who used to play for the Jaguars, and Tom Brady.
Drafted 10th overall.
And he puts up an Instagram post of him and Tom Brady, but like they're not even like broing out. He's just in the same frame as Tom Brady, and he says something like "real gangsters move in silence" or something like that. like anyone gives a fuck about him, dude.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Blaine Gabbert's a fucking stooge. Back to the Packers game real quick. Austin, did you watch Aaron Rodgers Tuesday at all?
Yeah, I did.
I know Aaron Rodgers was quoted as saying that he's not the one who called the field goal and that it's a business and he doesn't know if he'll be back next year. Did he talk about that at all?
Yeah, he kind of like
deflect.
He kind of changed the narrative but just didn't add anything. Like he basically said like, I want to be back here, but he's like, but it's the NFL. You never know if you're going to be back or not. Like that kind of thing. Like he didn't really give.
He went corporate. Did coach speak?
Yeah. But
whatever.
I mean, I feel like
if you
he's probably just butthurt because he was basically saying that quote came right after that loss, and how pissed off he was when he lost to Tom Brady at home.
Rodgers, as good as he is, he's been known to have a big case of poopy pants when he doesn't get his way.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a known fact.
The old Aaron Rodgers poopy pants.
They could sell that on Packers merch. Aaron Rodgers pooped pants. Like 10,000. People would pay. There's so many diehard Packers fans out there. If they could have a pair of Aaron Rodgers pooped pants, they would spend like $50,000.
Yeah,
probably. Wouldn't it be funny if like Aaron Rodgers left and everybody was super upset, and then Jordan Love was just like super duper good, and the Packers are just crazy with quarterback?
He's the next Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I don't know, but you want to talk about Scotty Miller, Austin?
Yeah, so Scotty Miller, I mean,
talking some big talk.
I called him out. I said last week he was I said last week he was going to make a big play, and he did. He got that big tutter over Kevin King. But he went on the Dan Patrick show, and Dan Patrick basically asked him how he'd fare in a race against Tyreek Hill, and he said, "Oh, I'm taking me every day of the week." And I think that's pretty bold for Scotty Miller to say of the guy who literally moves like a cat. And then Scotty ran a 4.39 at his pro day, and Tyreek ran a 4.29. So, I mean, the number when the 40 says it and the on the field tape shows, you're not going to beat Tyreek.
I think this is a big example of like back in the early 2000s when 50 Cent would like start beef with people, and then people would be like in private like, "Yo, 50, why are you beefing with me? I thought we were cool. And then 50 Cent's just like, "Dog, I know we're cool, but go with the beef. We'll both sell more records."
It's business.
Like, yeah, Scotty's just trying to make a name for himself, and we're talking about him, so he is winning.
Yeah,
I will say,
viewers to hear about him.
Tuning into Tyreek Hill's Instagram Live, which he does fairly often to talk to fans. Some kid was like, and he wasn't showing his face. He's like, first thing, he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And this kid's like, "Race me." And he's just like, "What?" He's like, "Race me, I'll beat you." And he's like, "I don't race anybody anymore. I'm too slow." and then someone else like eventually tuned in, and then he's like, "Why don't you show your face?" And he's like, "Nah." He's like, "Just race me." And then he's kind of hung up. He's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go." And he's like, "Fucking weirdo." And then, but like, so that kid was like, "Hey, like, when are you gonna race this person? When are you gonna race that person?" He's like, "I told you guys, I'm too slow. I'm not gonna race anybody anymore."
Whenever reporters ask him like how fast he is compared to like other teammates like Mecole Hardman and stuff, he always says, "Oh yeah, they're faster than me, definitely." Like there's this corner who is like a rookie. He's like, "Oh yeah, that guy's the fastest guy I've ever seen." And he's like, he never gloats about how fast he is because he knows you can just watch him fucking dipsy do everyone, and it's just the fastest thing you've ever seen.
And I don't think he would have that same type of speed if he was taller.
No,
it's like I feel like his like stoutness lends to the acceleration.
He's not a strider. He's his legs just move faster than your legs could ever move.
Not.
I mean, they move faster than my eyes can like see. It's just like a blur, and then it's like he's gone.
I think the only person in the NFL whose legs might move faster is Kyler Murray, but he's not nearly as fast. But I do think his legs are going faster.
His legs are pretty fast, but he has tiny legs. So I think the best stride to leg movement is Tyreek.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a Scooby-Doo animation of Tyreek's legs, just
Another theory
and then
that I have
gone.
about Tyreek is some guys are track stars, but when you put all those pads and the heavy shit on in the helmet, I think if you're not strong enough, it's gonna shave hundreds of seconds off your time.
Oh yeah,
Tyreek Hill,
absolutely.
not only is he a track star, but he's like most people are a track star, but they're not strong. He's like world Olympic class speed, but fucking jacked as hell and can do like hamstring curls, like those fucking impossible hamstring curls. He can just crank those things out. He's
He
so
can
strong.
break arms with his strength.
Yeah, he can beat the shit out of his kid, dude.
He doesn't know his own strength.
No, that's all alleged. I think that was all fake news.
I think he's a good dude.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll read some
We
articles.
think he's a good dude because he's fun to watch.
No, I like watching Tyreek.
Well, and I like watching his Instagram lives. I tune in pretty regularly. Try to get up in there just to say hi.
I might
Well,
have to tune on that.
somebody who's actually a good person off the field is Leonard Fournette. And he has taken on a new nickname in the playoffs because he is really turning on the Jets and whatnot, playing like where he was drafted, and people are calling him Playoff Lenny. I think that's pretty cool, and I'm proud of him, and I hope he gets a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, and if he keeps running like he did that one run where he trucked a bunch of people over and span around and got the touchdown over Kevin King, then maybe he can really solidify his reputation here in the Super Bowl.
Now, Hunter, is he going to join the list of players that you're going to first apologize to if you become GM of the Jaguars?
Leonard Fournette?
Yeah.
No, Leonard Fournette lost his job to James Robinson. So no, that was kind of on Leonard. But like a Jalen Ramsey, a guy who should still be a Jaguar, absolutely. Or like a Yannick Ngakoue or a Calais Campbell. Yeah. But Leonard, that was purely
Allen Robinson?
Yeah, Allen Robinson. Can't believe I forgot. Hashtag bring Allen home. I can't believe, or I mean, I can believe it, but he was just, I guess, being a real shitter.
It's unfortunate.
And James Robinson's pretty good, so.
It worked out for everyone.
Yeah, it really did. It really did.
So we're not going to do any scores or predictions on this game. We'll do it next week.
Yeah.
Have anything to talk about next week?
What we do have to talk about is the Packers merch of the week.
Oh yeah,
I might actually get this because Echo's little tag broke, and we need a new one. So might as well get this quick tag personalized NFL Bone Dog ID tag large.
Bone Dog ID tag large. Yeah, I mean it's stylish.
Yeah.
It shows your Pooch's team spirit.
Yeah, and then you can put their information on the back just in case they get lost. And we save $350, which is 23%, and free shipping over orders of $49. So if we buy 5 of these, we can get free shipping.
Oh.
Well, I don't think we have that many dogs in between us.
Well, but I'm saying if we buy 5 of them, we just buy the dogs to fill the tags, and we're good.
Let's adopt some dogs.
It's a good idea. It's a hot idea.
Not only are we helping a small business in the Green Bay Packers, but we're also helping dogs.
For every person who subscribes to our YouTube channel, we'll adopt a shelter puppy.
It's like, all right, well, we have 40 dogs, and we're already fucked. But yeah, classic Packers merch.
Hot segment. Twitterverse this week starts off, it's not in here, but I think we should probably start off with the jarring Twitterverse news. And that, I don't even know his name, but there's a Seahawks offensive tackle who I guess he like beat up his girlfriend and like tied her up, and he thought she was dead, and now he's going to jail, which is a good thing.
Chad Miller is his name.
Because she wouldn't bow to him. What a fucking psychopath.
Bad news. Also, like
that's some like American Psycho type shit.
Have you looked at the picture of this girl and then looked at a picture of Chad Wheeler?
Yeah.
I mean, on the Twitter thing that you sent, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, did you look at the not beat up picture of her?
Yeah.
Which is horrible and terrible. But I get that, like, okay, he's an NFL player. He probably makes a lot of money. But, like, this girl's, in my opinion, super duper attractive. And I feel like she could be doing a lot better. Like, usually O linemen have, like, fatter girlfriends.
Jesus.
Way to take a darker turn with this, Hunter.
But I don't know. I just think this girl could have been doing a lot better. And she clearly could have been doing a lot better
Well,
than
yeah, clearly.
this fuck.
He's a pretty hideous guy, too.
Yeah. So this is an anti-Chad Wheeler show. I just want to say that.
That's probably pretty safe to say.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, or maybe just as dark, depending on who you are, if you're like a Jets fan or something.
What,
Hunter,
Jake?
you want to open? Well, I'm waiting for you to open. This is your man.
Oh. Well, apparently Trevor Lawrence was spotted out in California training with Jordan Palmer. And once I saw this, I was a little infuriated because I was under the assumption that everybody Jordan Palmer trains is bad. And then Austin sent me a list, which, funny enough, Austin, I had looked this up immediately after I said it and just didn't say anything because I knew I was kind of like in the wrong, maybe.
Yeah.
But so just if you do a quick Google, the list of people that Jordan Palmer has worked with: Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Sam Darnold, Joe Burrow.
Bad.
So pretty good, except for a few. But what I will say is, upon first glance, yeah, that list does have a lot of really good people. But I do also think that Jordan Palmer probably has worked out with a shit ton more than those people.
Yeah.
And I think he has worked with more shitters than good people. Because I know for a fact, like when Blake Bortles was trying to be a quarterback, they were like, oh, he's working with Jordan Palmer in the offseason. He's going to come back good. And then nothing. So,
I think when they get together and they do this thing, it's normally like one stud quarterback and like 6 or 7 other shitters who might not even be starters, like trying to. I don't know what the hell Jordan Palmer's even teaching these guys, because he was a backup his whole career.
Yeah.
He was never like.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Like, I want Trevor Lawrence going to like Peyton Manning's passing academy or something.
Yeah.
Or John Gruden's QB camp. Like, I don't
But I guess if you're a good enough quarterback like Peyton Manning, like he's not gonna be fucking working doing this type of shit. Like he's got his own show on what, ESPN or something. He's making millions of dollars.
ESPN Plus. But
he's not doing,
Trevor Lawrence being like the can't miss quarterback since Andrew Luck. Why is he not on an episode of Peyton's Places learning Peyton Manning? Why is he with Jordan Palmer? Why is he not getting the best of the best like Urban Meyer wants him to get?
And why is he in the epicenter of COVID, California?
Yeah, good fucking question. Well, he did already
epicenter of homelessness. Hopefully he doesn't catch that.
He did already beat the COVID once, Jake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we know that Trevor Lawrence is that strong.
That's probably COVID-19 though, not COVID-20 or 21. So
yeah.
New strains.
Did I ever tell you guys
Oh. No, go ahead, tell me.
I was gonna ask you guys if I ever pitched my porn COVID to you guys.
No.
I think I have. We would call it Co-Ed-19, and it would be all about like people having to quarantine in like a dorm or something, but there's 19 co-eds and they all start having sex.
Nice.
And there's an odd number to keep the drama. I like it.
Yeah.
It could even be like a Zoom cam girl type of deal.
That could definitely happen.
But
like, speaking
just 19 laptops.
Yeah, speaking of Zoom cam girls, Quentin Nelson has only allowed 3 sacks on 1,946 pass blocking snaps in his first 3 seasons. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all.
Now, is there a pancake stat? Do we have a cake count?
You could probably look it up.
I don't know if that's an official stat kept anywhere, but I
do some on the fly Googlies.
He'd have
that
to
definitely
lead the league.
Should be a stat that's kept. I feel like that really shows if you're a dominant lineman.
Yeah.
If we were to draft linemen in fantasy, to which I thought was a possibility when we first started, I think it would go based off of cakes.
Yeah.
Cakes and pressures.
And then sacks allowed would be
minus points.
Points. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do
no cake count, Jake?
No, nope. Just videos. I could probably go through all of the videos, just watch all the games, count
Yeah.
them myself by hand.
Well, we could do that next week. That could be the show. We could talk about the Super
Perfect.
Bowl a little bit, and then
Yep.
we'll watch every single one of Quentin Nelson's 1,946 pass blocking snaps, and we'll count the cakes.
Well, we got to get the
Yeah.
run blocking snaps because that's where the real cakes happen.
It's true.
True.
I would guess there's over 10.
Oh,
And that's
way over.
that's
Oh,
low.
yeah.
Yeah, way over.
I mean, he probably has over 10 in one game.
Maybe.
10.
But
He's a cake machine.
Because when it comes to cakes, there's different types of cakes. Like you get a down block and you hit a guy, he doesn't see you coming, and you just roll him over. That's an easy cake. You get the double team cake. You get you like hit a guy, he falls over. But then you get the overpowering, like I squat more than this guy could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Bench press him up, put him on their ass in front of their kids.
That's my favorite kind.
Yeah.
He's using those Ohio State coaches like off the rule book practice things.
That's the guy. That's the Jags strength court coach that made that thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I invented this thing.
Yeah. So go Quentin Nelson. Very pro Quentin Nelson cast. But
Absolutely.
One of the finer hosses in the league.
yeah, not nasty, but definitely big.
I think Swedish stash, Quentin Nelson.
Yeah, for sure.
Sickest stash.
Yeah. But no whoopsie. We were thinking about doing the Seahawks tackle, but that's
a little heavier than a whoops.
Yeah, he's just a bad guy. So
I mean, we kind of have Jake's Coors Light Dream Inception commercial because
I mean, I don't even think that's a whoopsie. I think that's fucking innovation at its finest. Because maybe we try this. If we all try this, and we have these amazing Coors Light dreams, we can use that technology and make people have BFF dreams.
Hot BFF dreams.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, so like wake you up, and because that was the whole thing. The doctor's like the sleep doctor, obviously. He's like, I'm gonna wake them up when they're in REM sleep, the deepest of the sleeps, and he like it shows him waking them up, and people are like, oh, what? And he's like, what are you dreaming about? And they're like, I was walking up a mountain. There's snow everywhere, and they're like, snow. That's on the can, yes. Like. So we could have people, wake them up, and they'll be like, oh, there's some hot beef in a big syringe. The beef injection.
Jake, that's what I was going to say. Can you make a motion graphic of like a cartoon syringe and like inside scrunched up, it says hot beef injection? And then you see like, it doesn't even have to be a finger, but the plunger should plunge, and then out of it, it should just go hot beef injection.
I mean, could I physically do it? Probably.
Well,
I probably not. I'll add that behind the shirts that I'm supposed to make.
Yeah, Jake,
I haven't
you owe
in
me
6 years.
at least one for my birthday. You son of a bitch.
Like 7 years ago, honestly. That's hilarious.
Well,
but what else is hilarious?
Yeah, into your damn game.
Is this week's fun game of the week. Which is actually a Hunter idea, but I like it. So it is top 3 on-field swag and or uniform violations. We're gonna go Austin, Hunter, me. Austin,
yeah,
you're number 3.
So, well, first, just to clarify, I added uniform violations because usually I feel like that's where the swaggiest stuff comes from. Like someone wears something that they're not supposed to, and then they get fined the next game, but they looked cool while doing it.
Okay, so coming in at my number 3 is, I guess it's kind of a combination of both. I mean, I think it is a uniform violation, and that is Marcus Peters. He doesn't wear socks. He'll just go barefoot in his cleats.
What the fuck?
You have to wear socks. Like the NFL makes you wear certain socks.
I think my feet just started sweating just from looking at that. Like I can smell his feet through this picture.
Stanky.
That's foul.
But he'll pick you off and he'll run it back on you.
Wow.
For sure.
But yeah, that's my number 3.
All right, so I'm up.
Yep.
All right, so mine is it's kind of a twofer because two people do this, but I'm targeting one of them because he does it a little bit extra. So Leonard Fournette, he not only does he wear his LSU shoulder pads still, which I feel like the jump from shoulder pads to college to NFL, like there are probably some better shoulder pads, but he's just still rocking the college ones. So he wears his college shoulder pads, but on the back plate, he has like scotch taped $100 bill onto it as like a remember to like always get to 100 yards or to always keep it 100, you know? Jalen Ramsey does it. He has a $20 bill because he's number 20, 2.0, Jalen Ramsey, whatever.
Always keep it 20.
Yeah, as the people say, 2020
Yeah.
vision, you know. But I just think Leonard's
Hindsight is 2020.
because it's more money and he does it with the LSU pads.
Yeah. I also heard Devin White and someone else does it too with the LSU pads.
That LSU brotherhood is strong.
Yeah.
So my number 3, and it falls more into uniform violation. I don't think it's by any means swaggy, just kind of ridiculous and silly in its nature, but like in the long run kind of sad because the degradation of the human mind. But my number 3 is Antonio Brown obsessing over his special helmet.
Yeah.
That everyone was like, you cannot wear that. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna fucking play then. And they're like, no, wear this helmet. Here, take this one. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll wear that one. And then he comes back out like next practice with this old helmet on. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we can tell. That's it. He's like, damn it. And like it was
not safe for your brain, Antonio. He's throwing shit off of the 100-story balcony.
But I mean, just the fact that they were like, take this one. He's like, okay. And then he just comes back out. He's like,
he switches.
And they're like, no.
And then
we could tell.
Frozen off.
Yeah. So that was just like in the midst of like, is Antonio Brown going crazy?
I just remember on that Hard Knocks, like the cameraman was with Antonio by himself, and he's like, my feet, man, my feet. And he takes his cleats off, and just the whole bottom of his foot is
from
like,
the cryo chamber.
dead. And he's like peeling it off. He's like, yeah, it kind of hurts, man.
Like, Antonio, you got to wear these socks to protect your feet. He's like, nah.
No.
He walks in, burns his feet. Like, hey, you have to wear this helmet to protect your head. He's like, nah. But yeah, classic Antonio Brown. But he's going to the Super Bowl now, so who are we to say?
Yeah, playoff Lenny.
So coming in at number 2 on my list is going to be the ever so classic Binky mouthguard. And yeah, I just like when these grown these grown ass hosses that are jacked and just super athletes wear a little baby Binky.
See, personally, I've never been a fan of the Binky mouthpiece. I know that Huffy loves it. He thinks it's hard. I don't really
it
like
looks silly.
But I think
silly.
That's the point. And I don't really like it myself.
I just couldn't imagine getting cooked up for a touchdown by a 6'3" ripped up
baby
with a Binky in his mouth.
But it's like, so there's the one side of that, yeah, where if you get toasted by him, you're like, fuck, he's got a Binky. But then the other hand, like if you body him, you're like, yeah, suck on your fucking Binky.
Yeah. You poo-poo in your pants, DK.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
But my number 2 is, I think it only happened in one game, and then the whole NFL was like, you can't do that. No way, Jose. But Von Miller was gifted cleats by Kanye West himself, and he wore Yeezy cleats in a game. And I thought those were pretty cool, and I think it'd be awesome if players could wear Yeezy cleats. I don't see what the big deal is. I don't know why you can't wear whatever you want for fun. But
well, I mean, especially because you can wear like the custom cleats.
Yeah,
like,
but those are
cleats
cause, like those are for charities.
No. I'm saying like, who is it? I think it's a cornerback has like Jordan 1s as cleats.
Oh yeah, you can wear Jordans now. I think you have to have the the place has to have a deal with the NFL or something.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I
Nike.
mean,
And obviously it's Nike, so.
Yeah.
Yeezy is Adidas, and they definitely have a deal.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's like I don't know if Jordan and Nike are the same, like Adidas and Yeezy are the same. Like I think they might have to have separate contracts, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why that is the case.
I don't know, but that is my choice for number 2.
So my number 2 is before I was even born, before any of us were born, a classic, maybe even one of the first uniform violations, when Jim McMahon gets yelled at and fined $5,000, which I think is like 1984 or something. $5,000 is a little more than today, for wearing an Adidas headband. So then the next game comes out with a headband that says Roselle, which was the commissioner at the time, his name on the front. That's kind of like go fuck yourself. I don't care about your rules.
Wow, Jake, that was
So.
a deep. Proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one. And that was the first one that I thought about, actually.
No, that's good for you, dude.
Yeah. I like that one. These are all good good lists, I think.
I do want to say after this, I have a few, well, one honorable and at least 2 dishonorable mentions.
Okay. Well, coming at my number 1, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the classic Darnell Dockett grid face mask with the rainbow visor look. And it's just fucking, I just think it's pretty sweet. It looks like some kind of alien and or insect is coming at you.
Yeah,
Alien and insect is both scary. So
big fan of the custom face masks. Don't know why those are gone. Maybe too many people were like getting their fingers caught in there.
I
or
think
something.
it was something to do with finger snappage or something.
Well, your shouldn't be there anyway.
Yeah, get your fingers on my face mask, dude.
I definitely wouldn't want that coming at me.
You're up, Hunter.
My numero uno is, it actually happened this year, and I'm really only putting it in because it won me a fantasy championship, but it was also really cool. So Alvin Kamara this year played a game on Christmas, and Alvin Kamara, first of all, pretty swaggy in general. He's always playing with the grill. He's always got his jewels everywhere. But on Christmas, he wore one red cleat and one green cleat, and he wore his Christmas cleats. And the NFL fined him like $10,000. But while wearing those cleats, he scored 56.2 fantasy points. Yeah. So, and Al Michaels just said, must be the shoes.
Santa magic.
Exactly. And like Skip Bayless says, he can't lose in these shoes.
Whoa.
Maybe they should have gave Drew Brees those shoes for that last.
I mean, maybe they should have gave fucking Skip Bayless a record deal after that one.
I mean, Drip Bayless, he does need a record deal. I think he is homies with Lil Wayne.
Well, there you go.
Often.
Well, my number 1, Hunter briefly glossed over it there, but my number 1 is Alvin Kamara's grills. Like that's just the toughest thing fucking ever. And which is two things about that. One, that has to fucking hurt. Like that can't feel good.
What do you mean?
Like when your teeth are like coming together, or like up in the gum line. Even like rubber doesn't feel good up in your gum line. So
it's probably like a second mouth guard, kind of.
I don't know. Metal.
Maybe he did what DaBaby did and just had permanent VVS diamonds
Well,
installed.
that's the second thing. Alvin Kamara has really nice teeth, very straight and very, very white. Yeah. So to have grills on top of that, it's like if I had teeth that nice, I'd be like fucking Chip Skylark. I would never close my mouth, let alone put metal over top of them. But yeah, one of the swaggiest dudes out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you guys have any honorables or dishonorables?
One of my honorables was Alvin Kamara's grill. So
Nice. Well, one of my only honorable that almost made the list, but it just didn't, is Jamal Adams and his wristbands, because I feel like Jamal Adams, at least in this new generation of guys that like came in with his draft, he was the first guy to really start being swaggy on the field as the sheriff of the backfield, and he would just wear like 3 to 5 wristbands on his arms.
yeah.
And when I play Madden, I like to really swag out my
You
back
go all.
so they look like big robots. So I've always liked Jamal Adams because he looks like he would fit on my Madden team.
Now, I did have an honorable mention, but it's not NFL. But I think one of the swaggiest football things ever is the turnover chain. Like, that shit's so tight.
That's a good one.
Just a big ass chain. I think I might get Echo a big ass chain like that.
Yeah, should get him a turnover chain.
Oh, one honorable mention that I had, and it's just one specific player's, just Trent Williams' dark face mask, because it's not often you see a hoss with a fully tinted face mask visor.
What about his tattoo though? That's kind of some swag.
Oh no,
That is swaggy.
You're thinking of Trent Brown. He also wears the.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
But yeah, oh yeah. If you count that as swag, yeah, him holding up the world, getting sucked off by two bitches. Yeah, that's pretty tight.
So my 2 dishonorable mentions. My one is Kayvon Chason wearing his custom like thigh pads. He calls himself Swiper, and one of them is like a fox with a 45 that like makes the fox, and then the other one just says like Sack Guru or something, and the dude sucks, so I don't think he can any sick on field, especially like personalized brand swag, like until you're good. But my other dishonorable mention is that time, and a lot of people probably think this is sick, but that time that Odell wore the $2 million Richard Mille watch.
Wasn't that fake?
What do you mean?
I thought one of his watches like wasn't what people were speculating that it was.
I don't know, but either way, the watch he wore, I don't care how expensive it was, it looked stupid. Like, if you're gonna get a super cool expensive watch, like at least get a cool looking one, not one that just looks like a bunch of gears.
Get a Patek Philippe like the Migos.
Well, those are kind of faux pas now that the Migos did rise them to popularity, but you know, this isn't a street culture drip podcast.
Yeah, that's definitely the same, because that's the next one is Street Culture Drip Podcast. It's still us three.
Yeah.
Moguls when it comes to street culture and drip.
Street culture and drip with the Beef Boys.
One's from Colorado, one's from Texas, the other's from Erie. They know street swag.
Yeah.
We got quite a nice range there.
Yeah, that's what we like, the breadth of it.
I mean, when we come out with our BFF merch, once you get that T-shirt press going, we could definitely come out with some street collections.
Yeah, we could probably just put some like fake plastic Cuban link chains like in the T-shirt press.
We could each have our signature lines.
Ooh, I like that.
Seasonal lines, definitely.
What we need are BFF headbands that people like Rick's brother can wear upside down.
Definitely. And then upside down, it says Street Swag Drip Podcast.
Or instead of Supreme, it says Beef Supreme.
Like, is that a Taco Bell headband? This is Beef Supreme.
Bro, you would definitely wear that upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Rick's little bro is dating my cousin.
No way.
Yep.
Does that make you related?
I mean, if they ever got married, I guess.
Would you be second cousins?
What if there's a bun in the oven, H-Dog?
Listen.
Would you deliver it?
No.
Oh.
I'm not qualified in any shape or form. Like, if we were in a situation where I was the only one and I needed to, like, I'd do my best.
If you were in, like, Apocalypto in a hole that was filling up with rainwater,
Yeah, that's about the only situation where I'm even attempting.
That's fair. At least you
But,
would, though.
But yeah, no, I just told him, hey, treat her nice and don't be a jerk and do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Just be nice and you can do whatever you want.
I mean, if you are treating her nicely and not being a jerk, then I think
that
everything
covers a lot of shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. But this isn't
so I stole her identity.
This isn't a family relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get that in the works, though. But, I mean, can you guys think of anything else?
Just looking forward to this 2 weeks from now. And I'll be
Yeah.
able to watch it in the comfort of my own home. I'm going to be putting on the Two Bears, One Cave live tandem show to it. Because it's Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer and Warren Sapp.
No free ads, Jake.
No, they paid me. Yeah.
No.
I'll just put a long beep over that whole section. Someone's like, is there like an apocalypse happening?
Well, if we can't think of anything else, I guess that just means we'll see everybody next time on episode 27, the Leonard Fournette on the Jaguars episode.
37.
37?
Yes. This is 36.
That's who?
Asante Samuel? I don't know.
Jonathan Cyprian on the Jaguars? Sip Squad?
Oh, for God's sake.
I think I was correct.
Walker Sanders. Deion Sanders? Oh, he was 37 on the Falcons?
No.
Yeah. We can
Not,
do it.
Not for long. There's no way.
Quandre Diggs, safety for the Seahawks?
No,
yeah.
he's 37 on the Ravens.
Okay, so yeah, then episode 37, the Deion Sanders on the Ravens.
No,
episode.
yeah, the Ravens Deion Sanders.
All right, so see on that one.